Hi there! Well, today I am bringing you a review for the Guerlain Meteorites Light Diffusing Perfecting Primer. It looks like this, and if you're interested in hearing more about this product, then just keep watching. So I am going to get right to the point and let you know that I really did fall in love with this product from the first time that I used it. I'm going to get into more of the reasons why, but I also want to give you some basic information about the product first. So this is $73 for 1 ounce of product. It is a gel formulation, and it does have a bit of a floral violet fragrance. This is a typical Guerlain violet fragrance to it, but I will say the first time that I smelled it, it smelled a little bit like what I would consider like a traditional bubble bath smell. So the more I think about it, it probably is like that more violet floral fragrance, but to me, it's not something that's overpowering or cloying. It's not something that I notice at all once it has dried into my skin. Now, I think anytime you're purchasing a product like this that is meant to cover the skin, you really need to match your skin type and your expectations to the product. I have not had good experiences in the past with foundation primers. They've always felt somewhat slippery or greasy on my skin, or they've always caused my skin to break out. In fact, every one that I've tried has caused my skin to break out the next day. So while it may enhance the look of my foundation while I'm wearing it, I always knew that the next day that I would have a breakout. So it really made it something for me that I would avoid and really just not use them. So I knew that I wanted a gel formulation, something that would sink into my normal, somewhat oily combination skin. I knew that I wanted something that was not going to break me out, that was going to extend the wear of my foundation, and that wouldn't make my skin feel oily or greasy. So I read a lot of reviews and really knew what I was getting into with this product, and I knew that on paper this was a good match for my skin. So the first time I applied it, I noticed that it felt like nothing on my skin. I have mentioned to you before in my Guerlain Lingerie de Peau foundation review that always felt light as air on my skin. And I will say that I am so surprised that this actually feels even lighter. Because of the gel formulation, it's very thin, but it's not watery and it's not oily or slippery. So I apply about a full pump to a pump and a half on my skin every day. And as I apply that and I just gently work it in, it doesn't take much effort at all. I don't think that you need a brush to apply this at all. I just use my fingertips, but of course if you are someone that is working with clients, if you're a makeup artist, you're probably going to want to use the brush, but if you're like me and using it for personal use, it's not really necessary. It's almost like you just applied water to your skin, but now all of a sudden your skin has this beautiful glowy appearance. It's not dewy. To me, dewy indicates it's something that may look a little bit more moist on the skin, and this to me is just sort of that your skin but better, natural, beautiful glow that every woman wants from her skin. So I notice it most like on the tops of my cheekbones and the other high planes of my face. So how this product works is it has these pearls in the container, and as you're pumping this product out, it's actually crushing the pearls and giving you that beautiful light diffusing primer. So I'm going to pump a little bit of this out on the back of my hand, and you'll see that it's just very, very light pink in color, and it's just such a light, beautiful formulation. And all of the light in the room is reflecting off of these crushed pearls and just creating the most beautiful finish on your skin. Now, I will say that this is not going to offer a lot of coverage for your skin if you have acne scarring or other hyperpigmentation that you're trying to cover, but it is a really beautiful distraction away from imperfections on your face. So for myself, since I've been using Retin-A, I'm a little bit more comfortable not wearing foundation on my skin, especially on days where I'm not filming or I don't have any sort of occasion to go to. I can see myself, especially as we move into summer, applying my sunscreen to my skin and then applying this primer over the top of it, and then that would be my entire skincare routine for the day. I feel very comfortable in the fact that this is light reflecting. It makes my skin appear more the pores are refined, the fine lines and wrinkles are a little bit diminished, and just gives my skin a more naturally glowing appearance without having anything obvious on the skin. So those are a lot of the pros to the product for me. Now, as far as the cons go, there's really just two that stand out to me, and one of them is a con, but one of them really is not for me personally. So one of the cons of the product is, of course, the price. $73 is pretty steep for a product, but I will say that when it's available through the sales at Sephora, 15 or 20% off, I think it's worth it. And to be honest with you, I think it is worth it at full price at $73. I do think that this will last quite a while. I've been using this every day in the past couple weeks since I got it, and I have barely scratched the surface of this bottle. So I think even with everyday use, this bottle could easily last me about a year. The other con for some people, which is not something that deters me away from the product, but it is somewhat heavily fragranced. Now, I do think that that fragrance diminishes almost immediately as the product dries, but if you're someone who is very sensitive to fragrance, it might bother you. If you're someone that doesn't like fragrance even as you're applying a product, then this might not be for you. But with any skincare product, I think it's always best if you're able to sample it first. So if you are able to find this in store, whether it's your department store or your Sephora, I would really recommend getting a sample of this first. While my experience with it may be everything that I hoped it would be, that may not be the case for you. And I think with any type that you're looking at a skincare product, whether it's a foundation, a sunscreen, a moisturizer, a primer in this case, it's really important that you give this a good test drive for yourself and see how it's going to work with your skin. So a couple other things I do want to touch on. It's not shimmery. It doesn't have any glitter in it. I was a little bit afraid at first when I pumped this onto my skin when I first opened the package. I did notice a little bit of shimmer to the product, but once that's applied to the skin, it completely disappears and all you're seeing is a beautiful natural glow to your skin. It's not dewy, like I said. It's not going to make your skin appear moist in any way, but it will create a beautiful light reflecting finish. This has gone under several different foundations that I've tried with it beautifully. It sits on top of my sunscreen beautifully. I really just don't have anything negative that I can say about the product other than the fragrance if you're sensitive to it, and the price because it is a little bit expensive. But like I said, to me, it's worth every penny, even at full price. So I think that is it. I think I have touched on all of the most important parts of the review for me for this product. I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.